Hi, I'm Idaho State Representative Vito Barbieri. I'd like to ask you to support the proposed constitutional amendment on the November ballot. Now, before I get into the amendment itself, there's a couple of foundational issues I'd like to address. First of all, Idaho State Legislature already has the power to review rules and regulations passed by the agencies. That power was challenged by the Supreme Court in 1997, and in that ruling, the Supreme Court determined by a 3-2 decision that the legislature was not violating the Separation of Powers Act by passing on or reviewing all rules and regulations. At present time, we have the power to either accept or reject, and this proposed amendment would not change that. Presently, any rule that affects a fee, either decreases the fee or increases the fee or establishes a fee, must be passed by both houses of the legislature, that is the Senate and the House. But any other rule that does not affect a fee need be passed by only one house. So if the House, as an example, doesn't like a particular rule that's being promulgated, but the Senate says it's okay and passes it, then that rule becomes a permanent rule. Personally, I'd like to see all rules that come before the legislature must be passed by both houses before they take effect. That is not the case now, and that is not what this proposed amendment does. What the proposed amendment to the Constitution does is cement the power that the legislature already has to review all rules and regulations. Now, by review, we mean either accept or reject. We cannot amend a rule. Now, to give you an example, some years ago, the legislature passed a rule with respect to foster children. And the legislation that was passed limited the number of foster children that could be in any one home. After the legislature left that session, the temporary rule that was established in pursuant of that law stated that even the children in the family counted as that number of children in the household. So if the children of the family put you over that limit, then you were in violation of that rule. When the agency came around the next year to make it a permanent rule, the legislature said, no, we think that the children in the family help take care of the foster children. We do not want the children in the family to be counted into this limit. After the legislature left, Health and Welfare put the temporary rule back in place that counted the children in the family. This went on for a couple of years, and finally the legislature had to amend the law to specifically state that the ceiling on the number of foster children in a family did not include family member children. This is just one example of where the agencies pass rules in furtherance of our laws, but do not quite meet the expectation of the legislature when they pass that law. Again, this proposed amendment merely cements into the Constitution the power of the legislature to accept or reject rules passed by the agencies in the state. I ask you to vote yes on the proposed constitutional amendment on the November ballot. Thank you.